Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. First, I would like to thank every one of my subscribers who got me over the 1,000 member mark. That is so wonderful. I never in my life thought I'd get more than a handful of subscribers, so that's amazing. And then I want to apologize for the live stream video, which I had no idea whatsoever what I was doing. I had downloaded a program to work and it didn't work, so I ended up going directly through YouTube. And then I didn't realize you could only film vertically instead of horizontally. And it was just a mess. I never really wanted my face to be seen on camera. Pardon me while I grab a drink of my Kool-Aid. But it was okay. It worked out. I have heard from all of the craft giveaway winners, except for the third prize winner, Kathy Bost, 1879. You have won the package of 18 embossing folders and 3 die cuts. So if you could email me, and my email address is below here in the description box. And it's scrapandcrafty@gmail.com. And then I can get your prize out to me once you send me your mailing address. And I do ship international. You do not have to live in the United States. And Donna, and I'm probably going to mess up your last name, Simoniak, you have won the 7th prize that I added, which is a homemade card and a little extra gift. So if you could email me your address, I will also get one out to you. Now, this software that I'm using, StreamYard, allows me to have my laptop over here so I can actually see exactly what you're seeing while I'm filming. And that's what I love. So I'm going to be able to tell if something's blurry, out of focus, or if I'm off camera. So I hope on your end this looks great. Please let me know if it is not good and I'll try something different. But anyway, we had a power outage during the night. And so I was sitting on my iPad watching some YouTube videos. And I ran across one by Justine Hovey. That was a beautiful stained glass effect that she used with embossing powders. Now, I have embossing powders, but I don't have translucent embossing powders that she used for her card. And I'll have the link to her video below also, so that you can watch that and see. Now, it made me think of this painting. My mom was a great crafter too, and she did all sorts of things, but her specialty was drawing and painting. And she did this for me many, many years ago. It was just originally in this brown frame. And then after she passed and I got the pictures, my husband made this frame that we added directly onto the photo because her picture is right on the glass. She used stained glass paint to fill in the back white, and then the translucent stained glass paints to paint in her squirrel and leaves. And that's just gorgeous. And that got me to thinking, can I do something similar to her and Justine on a card? So I think I can. I'm going to be using alcohol inks. And then the secret to my mom's, this was in style back in the, I want to say 74, 75. You paint and then you crinkle up aluminum foil to put behind it. And that gives you the texture and the shine. So that's what I'm going to try to do today with a card. It's going to be a simple card, 5x7, and it's going to be a vertical card. So my cardstock measures, oops, I think that kind of got stuck together. I'll have to fix that. All right, this measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it over, and creased it with my bone folder. And I have this piece of bright blue, and I use GinaK's Master Layouts 8 to cut these out. But if you don't have that, this piece measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. And then I used the white stitched edge. This measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. Then I'm using this die. I got this die on Amazon, several years ago. It's a beautiful nativity scene. as an ornament, but I want to use it on this card to make the stained glass effect. And I cut it out in black. We just need a few simple things. And I'm going to be using one of my new stamp sets from Hero Arts. I got these two at Joann Fabrics. That's just a couple weeks ago. I'm going to be using the Joy to the World. This is Hero Arts DC 169, the Joy Stampin' Cut. And that's what I'm going to put on this card. Okay, now this is going to look rather strange until all these pieces get put together. You also need a piece of acetate. You just need it big enough to cover behind whatever image you use to die cut out your center. You could use circles, ovals, anything. I just have a piece of 5x7 simply because I might not get this straight. So I'm going to turn my die cut upside down. And I'm going to color behind. And actually, I'm going to place it right side up. So that, no, I do need to do it upside down. I just had to think for a moment. Now, to color this, I've only chosen two colors. Now, these might be a little blurry on the camera. Yeah, it's a little too close for that. But I'm using my Ohuhu art markers. This is B672 Vienna Blue and Y697 Deep Yellow. And I'm just going to kind of center that on here. And I'm just going to scribble color. Now, I'm going to take the yellow and do like stars. The star is shining its golden brightness on Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. And then for the rest of it, I'm taking the blue. And I'm just going to scribble all over. And it doesn't matter really if I get this straight and I can go outside the lines. But I do want to get some in between here where I had the blue and the yellow shining down. But if you miss a spot or two, it's not really going to be noticeable. I hope. Uh-oh. I dropped some blue where I really didn't want it, but that's okay. It just adds a little texture to that. All right, that's it for the coloring. Now, I'm going to flip this over because you want to use the side you did not color on showing up through your card. Because this side looks dull. I don't know if you can see the difference, how dull that is versus how shiny that side is. Oh, I love this software. I can see right through. Now, this is going to get turned over and lay on here. Just like that. So now I'm going to take my glue. I would use double-sided adhesive if I had any that was the right consistency. I tried this earlier, cutting out the black, and it just made a mess. It didn't cut well, and the glue, what I want to say, the double-sided tape tore the image. It didn't cut out quite properly and was just a mess. So I am looking at some double-sided adhesives that are maybe a little thinner and will work the way I would like them to. So if anyone out there has a suggestion for a good double-sided adhesive, I'm not averse to paying some money for it. I don't want to be out of this world expensive, but a good quality that cuts well and isn't out of this world in price would be a great recommendation. I could just go and order from companies, but I hate to waste the money if it's not going to work for what I want. But if you have used it for cutting out intricate die cuts, I'd be interested in hearing of a good quality one. And okay. put a little bit more up here because it took a while and this dried. Now I'm just going to take this, flip it over, bring my... Now this won't look so hot when you first see it because it looks kind of splotchy. And you can see there's some spots where I didn't get the color. But that's okay. That's not going to show, I hope. So now I'm going to take my front piece. And this needs to fit right around here. So I'm going to just take a tape runner for now. Just a tape runner around the outside. But on these little portions that have the curly cues, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on them to help hold them down. Yep, and I'm still on camera. That is so cool. I hope this presents well on the end video because I do like being able to see what I'm doing on camera. All right, that's all I'm doing for now. Now I can pick this whole thing up and trim off the acetate I don't need. Now, if you're good at cutting your acetate and centering it perfectly, you could have just cut your acetate down to 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. I'm not that great at straight lines and getting things perfect. If I did have it, then I would have colored my image off to the side and it wouldn't center very well. Like perhaps I would have had the yellow from the star over on Joseph instead of centered. All right, now comes the magic. Piece of aluminum foil. And I'm just going to cut this in half. Just old generic cheap aluminum foil. And this is what my mom did. She curled it up in a ball. I remember her painting these. I have a set of 2. The other one's another, I think it's a, no, that one's a chipmunk, but I think the other one's a squirrel. And they sit upstairs in the bedroom on the wall. I love memory things like that of people. I can remember her sitting at the kitchen table. We didn't have a very big house. My dad built it from scratch. In fact, we didn't even have indoor plumbing until I was in 10th grade because he built it from scratch and built the rooms that were needed the first. And then the bathroom was added last. Made for an interesting childhood, but I really appreciate that now. Okay, now this is going to go right behind here. And I don't know if you can see how much that makes it. Let's see, I'm trying to get it glow, and you can no longer see the missed spots. All right, so I'm just going to fold this over and flatten it out. Because we just need it to be inside, wherever the design is. But I will cut off like this hunk over here. And I can take some of the bulk out up here. If I can get it flat enough, I won't have to worry about cutting it off because I am going to pop up this panel. Now I'm just going to take, I don't have any Scotch tape here. I'm just going to use some washi tape just to hold this down for now. And that's just going to hold that down. I think I do need to trim here a little bit because that is sticking up so high. And then let me try smashing it down here. Okay. Now I am going to stamp on this before I get too far along. And aha, there's my stamping platform. Now I have cut out already this joy. I actually did it in 3 colors. I did it in white, which I thought would be okay, but a little too matchy-matchy. And then I did it in blue, which really didn't set it off. Then I cut it out in silver mirror cardstock. And I think I like that a lot. But I want to stamp over here to the world from this set. Just a simple saying. Put that in here. And I'm going to put to the world right down here in this corner. Trying to get it straight. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to just stamp it with my VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Almost use my scissor handle, which would work. That looks good. Now I already have a wet spot in my rag, so I'm just going to clean that off and put the stamp back. Okay. Now I could have stamped that before I put the foil on it, and I probably should have. I just didn't think to do it at the time. And that's why my desk is a mess. Okay. Now I'm going to put the blue backing on, but I'm going to pop it up with a little bit of foam tape. I'm sitting right here. I don't know if I want this size or if I want thicker, but we'll go with this size. Actually, no, I'm going to use my wide. That'll help hold the aluminum foil down better. And since I have the washi tape on there, that will hide any tape. This just gives a little bit better adherence for the acetate and the aluminum foil. I'm just going to go across just once that way. I am so liking my camera. Being able to view it on my laptop so that I can see exactly what's going on screen. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn off my phone. So now text messages are coming through. That's something I have to work on next. Now I'm going to stand up just for a minute so I can see if I'm getting this on straight. And I am, and I did, and that's a miracle. So I'm going to just hold that down with my large acrylic block. All right. Okay. Now, just going to take glue. I would use my bigger glue, but this one's already open. This is art glitter glue in a fine tip bottle. You can use any glue of your choice, whatever is your personal favorite. And now, to get that centered on the card. Woohoo! Okay, now where did I put the joy? You would think I have just this very narrow space here. Where'd it go? There's the blue and the white joys. What did I do with the silver joy? Well, my goodness. See, this is where a live stream would help, because you could say, hey, didn't you put it over there? All right, it's got to be here. It's definitely not in there. It's not here or here. Ah, hiding under the tape runner. Okay, now I'm not really sure about this now. I'm thinking right there in the center. Okay, so let's glue that down. If I'm wrong, but I think it looks right there. Okay. Now, yes, right there. And I'm just going to use a smaller block to hold that down while I put my glue cap back on and see if I need any embellishments. I'll pick up this extra pieces of aluminum foil. All right. And then I might as well throw my little tapes away. Okay. I don't know if it's honestly going to need a lot of embellishments because of that sparkle and shine. I love that aluminum foil texture in the background. Thank you, Justine, for the inspiration, and thank you to my mom up in heaven for doing the aluminum foil background. I think I'm going to be using this more often now. And I honestly, I have some clear dewdrop embellishments. Let me get those. These are just flat, clear domes. If anything, I don't want anything sparkly on here because the background sparkles so much already. And I don't know as if it needs anything, honestly. Okay, I'm going to put just 3 on, and that's where they're going to go. Now this side will need some glue. Now these will look a little cloudy on camera because they're clear and the glue is white until it dries, and then you won't be able to see it. I just have my close to my heart wax pencil here. Okay, that is my card for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you like the videoing of this video better or the same as my previous ones that I just did with my camera. This is using my camera in StreamYard. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you do want me to do a live stream, let me know what's a good day and time for you. And then if you pick a time, let me know what zone you are in. I'm in the Eastern zone in the US, so that way I can kind of judge what's a good time for everybody based on time zones around the world. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.